Hello friends, welcome to this video lecture on centroid of composite lamina. Now in last video we have discussed what is centroid, concept of centroid, then how to locate the centroid of any composite lamina and its theory part. Now in this particular video we'll be going to discuss the centroid of a composite lamina by taking one example. Now see the example. For the plane area shown, determine the first movement with respect to x and y axis, and second, the location of the centroid. Now here, this is one given example. Now here we can see this is one composite area or a composite lamina, and here x and y coordinate system is given to us. That is, the origin of this given system is at this point. Now here we can see here it consists of number of small or number of regular shapes. So first of all, to locate the centroid, as we discussed in the last video, that we need to first divide this composite area into some regular areas, and then we can solve the further example. Now here if we see the dimensions of these areas is given to us, and all the dimensions are given to us. Now we can divide this composite shape like this. So here if we see now, here we can divide it like this. This is the first rectangle. Now we can see this is the first rectangle. So here the size of this rectangle is 80, its height is 80, and this dimension is 120. So here first rectangle we can select of the size 80 by 120. Now second one we can consider here one semicircle. Now this one is the semicircle. I have shown it by the different color. So this is the second one. Now this is one semicircle whose radius is 60 millimeter, which is given to us, that is 60 millimeter. Third part we can consider now this triangle. We can see now this is one triangle. Now it is on lower side of this x-axis. And fourth one we have to consider it as a circle. Now this is one circle which is not part of this body or area, means we need to exclude or subtract this part. So this is the fourth area which we need to exclude or subtract it. Okay. Now let us see one by one how to locate the centroids of each and every areas, and then how finally we can find out the centroid of the given area. Now first we'll take this rectangle whose size is 120 and 80, means it is 120 by 80, so we can easily find its area. Now its area is area of rectangle, so that is 120 into 80, so you will be getting it as 9600 millimeters square. Now the next thing is that we have to locate the centroid of this particular rectangular area from given x and y axis. So here our x1 will be equal to 60 millimeter in this case. So it is the distance of centroid of first part, that is a rectangle, from y-axis. So here it is 60 millimeter. So x1 is 60 millimeter. And next is y1. Now y1 will be 40 millimeter in this case, means distance of the centroid of this first area, that is a rectangle, from x-axis, it is a 40 millimeter. So in this way we can find a1, x1 and y1. Now we'll go to the next area. Now next area is a triangle in this case. Now in this particular triangle, now we can take this triangle. Now area of this triangle as half into base into height. So here it is half into base is 120 and height is 60 millimeter. So here half into 120 into 60. So this is 3600 millimeter square. Now we have to locate its centroid again from given x and y axis. So from given y axis, distance of centroid of this triangle is 40. Now how we get it as a 40? It is 1/3 of this side. So it is 1/3 of 120. You will be getting it as a 40 millimeter. So distance of centroid of the second area from y axis, that is 40 millimeter. Now similarly we can find y2 now. Y2 is nothing but here 1/3 of this height from this given x-axis. So here it is 1/3 of total height of this triangle is 60. So it is 1/3 of 60, that is equal to 20 millimeter. Now here if you observe this triangle, it is on downward side of this x-axis. So here we have taken it as a minus. Now let us go to the next area. Now here next area is this semicircle. Now if we see this semicircle whose radius is 60 millimeter. Now as for the standard formula for a centroid of a semicircle, we can locate the respective centroidal distance, that is x3 and y3. But before that, we first find its area. Now here it is a semicircle, so the area of the semicircle is half into pi into r square. Now here r is 60, so here half into pi into 60 square, that will get 5655 millimeter square. Now afterwards, if you observe the semicircle, its centroid lies at this point, whose distance from y-axis is 60 millimeter. It is given in the example. Here this is the center of this circle. Now here its radius of this outer semicircle is 60 millimeter. So you can see that here distance of the centroid from y-axis is 60 millimeter in this case. So you can see here x3 distance becomes 60. Now we are interested to locate its y distance. Now here if you observe, this is the centroid of this circle. This is the centroid of the semicircle. Now we are interested to find its distance from x-axis, given x-axis. Now up to the base of this semicircle, this distance is 80 millimeter. Now what is the remaining distance? The remaining distance is 4r upon 3 pi. So it is a standard formula for a semicircle. It is 4r upon 3 pi, where r will be again equal to 60 millimeter, and you can easily find this distance of the centroid from the base of this semicircle. So that is equal to 4r upon 3 pi, which is equal to 25.46, plus this height 80 millimeter. You will be getting the distance of centroid of this semicircle from given x-axis. So here y3 you will be getting as 105.46, which is the sum of this 80 plus 25.46. Now we will go to the last area. Now this is the last area, that is A4. Now here if you observe this given diagram, we need to exclude it, we need to subtract it. So here this is one complete circle whose radius is given as 40 millimeter. So you can easily find its area, that is pi r square. So it is pi into 40 square. Now as we have to exclude it, as we have to subtract it, here we have put minus sign here. So this is equal to 5027 millimeter square, and it is a minus. Now we are interested to locate its x and y distance from x and y axis. So here x4 will be equal to 60 millimeter, which is a given thing. Here it is not necessary to remember any formula. You just have to locate its distance from y axis. So it is 60 millimeter, which is given to us, and y4 is equal to 80 millimeter. Again here it is given, that is 80 millimeter. Okay, so here x4 is 60, y4 is 80. Now once we are able to find areas of different shapes and their respective distances from x and y axis, we can finally go to the calculation of centroid. Now as in the last video we discussed this formula for a centroid. So x bar is equal to a1x1 plus a2x2 plus a3x3 plus a4x4 divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4. So here you put all the formula of a1x1, a2x2, a3x3 and a4x4 and divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4. So finally you will be getting here x bar will be equal to 54.8 millimeter. Now similarly go for calculation of y bar. Now here y bar is equal to a1y1 plus a2y2 plus a3y3 plus a4y4 divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4. So therefore when we put all the values of this in this formula, we can get this y bar now, and here we will be getting y bar is equal to 36.6 millimeter, and we can finally locate in the given diagram, that is x bar is equal to 54.8 millimeter and y bar will be equal to 36.6 millimeter. So in this way we can locate the centroid of any composite plane or any composite lamina just by dividing it into some regular shapes, into some regular areas, and then locating the respective centroidal distances. Then we can take their first moment of areas with respect to x and y axis, and then we can divide them by their total areas, and finally we can locate their respective centroidal distances from given x and y axis. Thank you.